Welcome. Just give me a second to get set up here. Earthquake. Okay. So today I wanted to cover Enchanted Faces by Hannah Lynn, just to show how one of the ways that I color stylized hair. So let me finish getting set up and we will get right into it. Sorry, just 1 second. Hi to everyone coming in. So, here are a couple examples of the hair that I've done. And this one. So it's super simple, not too complicated. I think I want to do this one today. And because I'm going to be using markers to start off, I like to put a piece of paper behind, just so that if anything bleeds through, then it won't affect the other picture. Just 1 second. Okay, so let's see, I think I want to give her brown hair. So let me test. I want a light brown. Okay, so I like that one. I'm trying to decide if I want it to be more honey brown or like brown. I think I'm going to go with this first brown. And these markers, the box that I bought them from, I got them from an art store and they did not have a name, so I'm assuming it's just like Advantage markers, but it's pretty much like Crayola Super Tips. So yeah. Sorry, I am having a hard time pulling up my screen right now, so yeah. Okay. So this is just super simple. I'm just going to color. So it's a little darker than I like, but the more layers that you color with the super tips, the darker you're going to get. So I'm just trying to use the large side of the marker so that I can cover more space more quickly and in fewer layers, because I want it to stay pretty light, because it'll be the lighter part of my hair. For some reason this one seems a little drier. And I don't really pay too much attention right now to overlapping, kind of like this watery overlap thing that you get, just because I'm going to be going over it with pencil anyways. For everyone coming in, we're coloring in Enchanted Faces. Sorry, my computer is being really slow and I'm trying to pull up the video so I can see the chat. My computer is like almost 7 years old now, so everybody. Okay, there we go. Found it. It always takes a second to pick up that I'm doing a live stream. Okay. So this is the pocketbook version of Enchanted Faces. It's a really quick and fun and easy book to color in. Oh, and we go. Oh. There we go. Okay, now we can officially actually start. Okay. There we go. And this is I'm just kind of showing how I do just quick and easy hair that's drawn very stylized. Obviously I would do more realistic hair very differently. Like if I were to color in Momo Girl or another coloring book where the hair isn't so illustrative, then I would use different techniques. So that is something to keep in mind, I guess. But hair is fun to color. And it takes a lot of practice to get it realistic looking. So this is a great way to just ease into doing hair. Some of you might think I'm crazy because I'm wearing a long sleeve jacket, but this morning my son wanted to go outside and it was actually pretty chilly, so I was really sad. But it's okay. It just means fall is coming. But where I live, we get like maybe 2 or 3 weeks of fall and then it's winter. So I don't really get to savor fall as much as other people do. Is just so I can hurry and fill in a large space fairly quickly. Get the local color with the marker and then I add the shading with pencil. Because it's a little bit hard to blend the water-based super tip markers like this. Okay, I'm gonna turn this just so that you can see what I'm doing. There we go. It's something I always forget to do when I'm coloring is realize that I can turn the book. I don't have to keep it straight. So this is the first more realistic hair color I've done. Wait, no. I did an Anne of Green Gables inspired coloring page yesterday, and she was a redhead. That was fun. This picture reminds me of Belle from Beauty and the Beast, because it looks like there's this rose and a glass dome. So the reason I have a polka dot background is I realized that my art desk is, so it's clear, and I realized that you probably, because I'm coloring in such a small coloring book, be able to see my feet, and I don't know if I would want to watch someone's feet for an extended amount of time. So as you can see, it's pretty quick, and it's not, I mean, there are so many different ways that you can color hair. There's not really, you know, a huge right or wrong way. It just comes down to what works for you. And I don't know why this marker is so dry, but because I haven't used it very often. Okay, so now I'm going to go over the top of all of these luscious blocks with a brown. So let me pull out my Prismacolor swatch chart. And I got this just because I liked the size. Let's see. So, do I want chocolate or terracotta? Or espresso, dark brown, dark umber? I might go with dark brown, which is PC 946. So let me grab that from my case. Let's see, where is it? Oh, it's right here. Okay. Okay, that should be sharp enough for now. Okay, so now when I go in with the colored pencil, I just kind of, so I start at the end of one of these chunks of hair, and I take my darker brown and I put a lot of pressure as I start, and then I lift as I come along so that it kind of fades down. And sometimes I have to just keep layering that to get the effect that I want. And then I find the other end and do the same thing. Well, actually, that's different. This one ends right here. That's kind of a weird end, but. So one thing that I love about coloring in this book by Hannah Lynn is, well, A, it's small, so it's doable, but I just love this stylized kind of hair. Okay, so, and you'll be able to tell better as I go along, but and I cannot talk today because of the way that I go from the top and fade out and then the bottom and fade out, it creates this highlight shimmery effect. And you can do the same thing. Let me show you in Daydreams. I did one with just colored pencil. Let's see if I can find it. Um, where is Okay, here it is. So this one I did with the Polychromos, and I started with this darker purple, and then I took a medium color, and then I took a really, really light, not quite white, but the lightest pink that I had, and I went over everything, and it creates this nice shiny effect on your hair. So that's how I got the kind of like the highlighted hair on that. Okay, make sure I'm in the screen. There. It's hard because I'm short, so I can't see what's on my camera without standing up, which is why I have it set up on my computer as well. I hope all of y'all's summers are fun and awesome. I know some people are getting ready to start school, which is crazy. There we go. Thankfully, my husband doesn't start up his new semester, his last semester actually, so that's exciting. His last semester of college doesn't start until September, so we've got a month left of him being able to relax a little bit. Okay, gonna land that. Sorry, I'm like super tired. I haven't slept for the past couple nights, so I'm just like, my mind is not functioning and thinking of things to say. Well, that does remind me. So I had a professor who liked to talk about how funny it was when people are giving demos and they're talking about at least half of what they say is stuff that's like really funny that doesn't really need to be said. Like, I can't even think of an example, but. And then I applied the paint to the canvas as they're applying paint to the canvas, like in a live demo, like in person, so it's kind of funny. But I mean, if you're filming something, that probably makes sense to say that, because when you're not there, it's not as easy to pick up on small things like that, I guess. I don't know. See, I'm just saying random stuff, just like my professor talked about. Okay. One thing I'm trying to learn is not to have my hand cover up what I'm doing. So that's fun. So I have a confession to make. We have not gone to watch Incredibles 2 yet. Just because we haven't found time to do it yet, / a babysitter. But our neighbors offered to watch them sometimes, so I think it'll happen soon. Sorry, I just had to check something real fast. So yesterday I was watching Color and Chat with Sammy's live video, and it was really fun. She so she was using this bag of peas to cool her food down, her phone down while she was filming, and we were just all talking about peas, and so that was really fun. It's been really fun to be part of the coloring community because I feel like we watch out for each other more and support each other rather than trying to compete as much, which in the artistic world, it's all a big competition. It's really hard. I mean, there are a lot of really supportive people in the art world, but it's very competitive at the same time. And I feel so bad because my last live video that I filmed, hey Carolina, hello. So I was just gonna, so last time, Carolina, you asked me if I was part of any coloring groups, and then the chat disappeared, and I felt so bad because I couldn't message you because YouTube removed that feature, but yeah. But I think so I just forgot her name. When I think of it. So I'm part of a Colorful Lives Facebook group, and I follow like Color and Chat with Sammy. But I am all for suggestions on coloring groups because I'm fairly new to the coloring community. I am doing very well, thank you. How are you? I'm glad you're here. Makes me happy. Okay, I gotta take a second and look. Okay, so I missed this part right here. So I'm not sure if it's picking up on the camera, the highlights from the first color that we put down. I hope they are. Oh yeah. Showing it pretty well. How was your week? I hope it was full of fun coloring. Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta grab my pencil sharpener. Okay, so this is my Prismacolor sharpener. I think this is a newer sharpener, but it's got its pros and cons. This lid doesn't stay on very well. Okay, that's better. So I've noticed when you keep your pencil sharper, you actually have to use less pressure, which is really nice. especially because I tend to get heavy-handed if I'm not paying attention. But a sharper pencil helps keep that in check. Okay, so we're almost finished with this side. I want to know what you guys have been coloring lately, because I'm just curious about that kind of thing. So, what have your latest projects been? I feel like I'm always, my husband pointed this out the other day, you're always coloring something different. I feel like I always have a work in progress. Actually more like 10 that I just kind of rotate through. Let me think, how many do I have? I have one in the Chinese book, one in Hannah Carlson, one in Zamajas Nova, one in Magical Journey, one in Fantasia, one in Phantomorphia, a couple in A Million Verse color, another one in a Jade Summer book, one in Johanna Basford. So how many is that? That's a lot. That's just so fun. Tell me I'm not the only one who has a bajillion whips going on. Okay, I'm gonna turn this way, just so you can see what I'm doing. Here we go. So I was going to color in the Escape to Oz coloring book today, but I just, for some reason, felt like coloring here more. So next time I will do a color and chat in the Wizard of Oz book. Okay. Okay, I've got to take my jacket off now. It's like actually getting warm. It was so cold this morning. There we go. That's better. Another thing that's, and this is super silly, but another thing that's helpful about having this in the back, besides protecting the other page, is if my book closes, I don't have to like search super hard, which is silly, but for some reason it's always hard to find what picture I'm working on. And some of my books, like Hannah Carlson and those kinds of books. So it just gives me that much more time to color. just build up that layer and just kind of fade it out. And I don't know if you can see the streaks. Yeah, sorry, squirrel. If you can see the streaks from the marker, but the pencil has been able to cover those up pretty well. And it actually kind of helps bring a little bit of texture into the hair. That's, you know, once you get the pencil over it, any of those streaks just kind of look more natural instead of, oh, she just stuck a marker to that really fast. I don't know if that makes sense. I like half of what I say. Okay. I just love these voluptuous. I can't even think of the word. I love these luscious locks. They are luscious. She's like from a hair commercial. Hair ad. These two. Oh, I just love like beach wave looking hair. I have a hard time pulling it off on myself or getting it to look like beach waves. But at least I can color it and appreciate it. Okay. Oops, sorry. Oh, so lately, some side projects that I've been working on besides coloring, because I'm the kind of person that has like 100 different hobbies and things that I like to do, drawing and coloring and everything art being some of them. I stumbled upon junk journals and I've been making some, and it's been really fun just to throw all this random stuff together, but it works. Let's see, I think I need to put that down. Anyways, I think it would be really cool to make a coloring, an adult coloring themed junk journal. So I'm trying to figure out what to do. So once I do figure it out, I should show you guys, because that would be pretty fun. Okay, let's color this nice big strand. So as you can tell, this technique is definitely not the most realistic when it comes to doing hair, but because it's so stylized, it works, and it's really quick, and I probably could put more effort into it and get even better results, but one of the reasons I got this book is just to have something that was quick and easy to do, but still looked good doing it. What are some of you guys' favorite coloring books to color in? I'm always on the hunt. Well, I shouldn't say it that way, but I'm always keeping my eyes open and peeled for new books coloring. Can I fade that out? I have this classical song stuck in my head, and I can never remember what it's called. Is it? It's either Beethoven or Mozart. My sister used to play it on the violin, and I think I learned how to play it on the piano. Anyways, that's what I keep humming, if you can hear my humming. So I think once I get to like over the halfway point on something, especially when it comes to backgrounds, I just get this energy and eagerness to hurry and finish it, which is good and bad. So, I've mentioned before that I draw coloring pages and I have them in my Etsy, but I realized, I've had this goal to draw, and or every weekday, and I've been really good, and I've only missed a couple days in about a month and a half, which I feel like is really good. But soon, I should have enough to release a coloring book, so I'm super excited about that. Just because it's a way of getting my stuff out there, and I'll probably just self-publish it, which is kind of hard to do because when you only have, you know, so many resources, you know, I'm not as well known as some other people, so I feel like, you know, approaching a big company like Penguin Publishing or something would be difficult to do. Just because they probably get so many other people. So I'll probably just self-publish it. And then see how that goes. But what was I gonna say? Another thing that's kind of hard, and I feel like this is applicable to everybody creative or in any kind of a setting, is to compare yourself. somebody else. Oh, I wish I could color like so and so, or oh, I wish I could draw like Hannah Carlson, or I wish I could do this like so and so. Well, I've been really trying to realize that if I want to get to a point where I can be like someone like that, I just have to practice, and it's okay where I'm at, because we all have different skill levels, and you don't have to be like somebody else in order to find joy in what you do. There are people who color way better than I do and put in so much more time and effort, and they have a lot more talent, but that's not something I should let stop me from doing something that I enjoy. It is something that's relaxing. So if you're having a hard time with comparing yourself to someone, oh, I can't color hair like someone, so it's because some people are outstanding when it comes to doing hair and skin, and that's not me, but that's okay. You don't have to. Because if you think about it, there's always going to be somebody that you think is better than you. And yeah, I can't remember. I lost my train of thought. Can't remember where I was going with that. But keep doing what you love. Keep coloring. Even if you just straight color. I'm straight coloring. And I'm an artist, so I feel a lot of pressure to, do a lot of shading and stuff. So one thing that I've done to help combat that is I set aside a coloring book and I just straight color in it. And it does have 2 of each picture, so if I wanted to, I could color the other one more realistically. But it's been really nice to have for when I just need to de-stress and just color something fun. And same with this book, I just try to keep it a little bit more simple. So it's okay to not do something super complicated and in-depth, but it's also okay to spend a lot of time and care and effort on something that you want to be beautiful. Oh, sorry, I'm coloring off camera. Okay, there we go. I was just getting so into that little spiel. Man, we're almost there. How can that be? Thanks everyone for watching this video and joining me. I've been so appreciative of everybody's support and love and everything else. It's been really fun. Okay, I gotta be careful. I just noticed that starting. Sometimes I just tend to get heavy-handed, and I don't know why. I think it's just when I tend to zone out, or I want it to be perfectly flat, but hair is not perfectly flat, so I gotta keep an eye on that. So I think I have, my allergies tend to kick in late summer. So like I don't know why, it's like a pre-fall allergy or something. So I think this is, so it's funny because this one reminds me of Belle, and I just did one that reminded me of Anne from Anne of Green Gables, the old version, not the new one. I haven't seen the new one. So that will actually be in my finished pages flip at the end of the month, which I'm super excited about because for some reason this month pages have just been finishing themselves almost. Just kidding. But seriously. So maybe we should do a challenge, a self-challenge, to color a character to look like one of your favorite storybook characters, or movie characters, or book characters, or something. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Sorry, I don't know why the camera is shaking so much. Camera almost there. So I hope anyone that's newer to coloring hair or wants to try a different technique, I hope you found this video helpful. I'm still new to doing hair. I mean, I used to paint hair all the time and draw hair, but I feel like it's different to do it with pencils and that kind of thing. Or if you just want to try a different technique, I hope you liked this video. Or if you just need someone's chattering to put you to sleep. Okay, that's the last strand. And I think we're almost at an hour, so probably we'll stop there. But thank you everyone for coming and for joining, and for all your support. And I hope to see you next time. Please like and subscribe, and enjoy your weekend. Wait, it's Wednesday. It's hump day. Happy hump day. Wow, guys. Happy hump day. It's been one of those weeks that has felt so long. So I literally thought it was like Friday or something. But anyways, enjoy the rest of your week. Have a happy hump day. And I will see you next time. Goodbye. Let's see.